And so if I go ahead and look at my browser, again, I always kind of bookmark my page, and I'm going to Clever. I'm logging in. Boop. Of course, Mrs. Pierce's Clever looks a little bit different than your guys's because of mine being a teacher account, but very kind of similar. I go to E. Pierce's page, and I go to Storyworks. Make sure you keep track of your Storyworks magazine. We might be reading the play at one point. We'll see. Fourth Pierce, P-I-E. Oops, I'm spelling my last name wrong. Pierce, P-I-E-R-C-E. Fourth Pierce, signing in. I know that they have the new February 2021 issue. We don't have that yet. We're still in the December 2020, January 2021. Oh, goodness. They don't appear to have view full issue. So I have to view full issue in order to see even the shark story. So did you guys hear that? Again, if you guys are doing the online version, I'm going to look at GoGuardian. You're not going to be able to find the magazine article if you don't follow these directions, okay? So again, I see on GoGuardian like 4 or 5 of you are on this magazine. If I scroll down, it doesn't show my article yet. I have to click full issue. View full issue. Oops, I'm on the wrong one. I'm on February. I apologize. I need to be on January. I scroll down, view full issue. And I scroll all the way down and it says, don't pet this shark. Okay? Don't pet this shark. One last time. I'm under the January and December. And I have to click.
On in our magazine.
What?
Where is it in our magazine?
It's on the first page after you open it. It says, don't pet this shark. If I go in presentation mode, which is where I want you to go if you're using the online version, because then you can highlight. So please click presentation view. It's the first page when you open your magazine. This is what it looks like. I am seeing Jaylee, if you scroll down underneath where you are, keep scrolling. Under where it says, oh no, you got to go to the next magazine. December 2020, January 2021. You got to scroll all the way down after you click on that magazine, and it'll say view more stories. Eliza, I see your hand is raised. View full issue.
I just wanted to say that before break, I already had read like the entire thing because like after because I wanted to read it. So I wanted to read it so I knew what it was about. Then I could read it with the rest of the class.
That's a great strategy. Good. I see 2 people have their hands raised. Dylan, what's up?
It won't let me see the newspaper.
What do you mean?
It won't let me find the thing.
Okay, so I'm looking at your screen, Dylan. Scroll up. I need you to scroll up and click on the one that says December 2020, January 2021.
I did.
Okay, scroll down. And underneath where it has the Newsies, click full issue. View full issue.
I did.
All right, I'm waiting for your page to load on my end. And if you scroll all the way down, Dylan, underneath, keep going. Yep, right there. It says mini read, don't pet this shark. Click on that and then click presentation mode. Eliza, I know you've already found the story. Can you put your hand down so that we can read it, unless you have a question about finding it? All right, and then Dylan, click presentation view. All right, so I see a lot of magazines open. Great job following directions. Yep, page 2. All right, so I'm looking at presentation mode, and this really cool thing that we're going to use, obviously, is a highlighter. So I hit highlight when I want to highlight something, okay? And we are going to highlight things because I'm going to go through and talk about some of the questions that you are going to encounter on this assignment. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see more of what I'm seeing. And obviously you can follow along. This looks like a pretty cool story. I don't know about you, but I've always thought sharks are pretty fascinating creatures. How many of you think sharks are pretty cool, or like you would like to learn more about sharks? How many of you are kind of scared of sharks? It's okay to be scared of something. Very good. So I see William's got like, ooh, I don't know how I feel. That one's a pretty menacing or scary looking shark that we have on the right side of our page. This is another story written by our author, Lauren Tarshis. So let's go ahead and see what they, oops, you guys, my screen, there we go. What she's going to say about this story. So we have Don't Pet This Shark. This woman gets close to sharks to help protect them. But is that a good idea? By Lauren Tarshis. Imagine you are splashing around in the ocean. Suddenly, in the distance, you spot a shark. And not just any shark, a massive great white shark, one of the most formidable predators in the ocean. What would you do? Most people would swim away in terror, but that's not what happened last January when a woman named Ocean Ramsey spotted a great white off the coast of Hawaii. She swam right up to the fearsome creature and stroked its rough skin. She had her friends snap a few photos, which she posted on Instagram. Beyond magic, she wrote. Beautiful. So you can see this actual photo of our person, Ocean Ramsey. Her name is literally Ocean Ramsey. And she is she's swimming next to this giant great white shark. Pretty scary in my opinion. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Protecting sharks. Ramsey often poses with sharks. She wants people to see that sharks are not dreadful monsters they are often made out to be, and to inspire others to help conserve them. As we read through this section, I want you to look for 3 verbs that mean protect, and we're going to highlight them. So I'm going to reread that paragraph. Ramsey often poses with sharks. She wants people to see sharks are not the dreadful monsters they are often made out to be, and to inspire others to help conserve them. And sharks do need our protection. Each year, between 70 and 100 million sharks are killed by humans. Most are hunted for their fins. Shark fin soup is a prized dish in many countries. Now, many species of sharks are nearly extinct. Others, including the great white, are threatened. This is catastrophic. All of us on Earth, humans, animals, plants, are connected. If something happens to one species, it can trigger a chain reaction that affects others. For example, if great white sharks were to disappear, the number of seals would skyrocket. That's because great whites eat seals. All those seals would gobble up small fish until there weren't many left. What would happen to the birds that survive by eating those smaller fish? What about the humans who fish for food or as their jobs? Without sharks, many creatures would struggle to survive. Okay, so I've read that section. Did you guys see any words that you thought mean protection or protect? Any verbs that you think mean protect? Basically, I'm looking for synonyms. Owen.
Conserve.
Conserve would be one of them. So I need to highlight that word. What is another word that maybe you see? Charlotte?
Protection.
Protection is actually a noun, not a verb, but I could see why we say that. Let's read the entire article and see if we can find 3 verbs that are for protection, okay? And then we will go back and highlight for this answer. I'm going on to the next section that is called No Shark Snuggles. When it comes to trying to safeguard sharks, we should all care as much as Ramsey, but still scientists expressed horror over her photo. Getting so close to a shark is dangerous for humans and sharks. And of course, Ramsey isn't the only one throwing caution to the wind to get pictures with wild animals. Instagram is filled with selfies of people hugging elephants and nuzzling lion cubs. But taking these kinds of selfies can be dangerous for humans and cruel to wild animals. According to the organization World Animal Protection, it's okay to photograph animals in their natural habitats from afar. Indeed, sharing such photos can inspire respect for wild creatures, but avoid selfies with animals that are being held, hugged, or restrained, that are being baited with food, or that could hurt you. So yes, learn everything you can about sharks and other creatures that fascinate you, and work to defend them. But if you want a good animal picture for Instagram, pose with your dog. Did you guys see any other verbs that could be switched with the word protect? I see two. Eliza, can you tell me one of them?
Defend.
Defend would be one of my verbs. I'd like you to highlight it. Do you see another verb? Olive? This one's kind of harder.
Respect.
Respect is a good one. I would take respect. I am looking specifically for safeguard as a word for protect. Safeguard would be another word for protect, is under the first sentence in No Shark Snuggles. So we have three verbs. Please make sure you highlight this. This is an exact question on your activity. What are three verbs that we can find in the article that mean protect? Our second question I would like you to find is, I would like you to find three adjectives that mean causing fear in this article. What are some three adjectives that mean to cause fear? Go ahead and look for the answer. There's multiple, there's at least 6 different answers. So I just need us to find 3. These are 3 adjectives. Charlotte?
I found it's a No Shark Snuggle. Dangerous.
Dangerous. I would take dangerous. Is good. What else could I take for 3 adjectives meaning causing fear? Basically looking for words that mean fear. Owen?
Horror.
Owen?
Horror.
What was that one again? Can you say it a little louder?
Horror.
Can you type your answer? Because I couldn't quite hear you.
I think he said horror.
Oh,
Yeah.
horror. Okay, sorry. It sounded like you said the number 4, so I could not hear that. Yes, that is one. So can you tell me where it is so I can highlight it so everyone else knows where to highlight? Oh, I see it. Never mind. There you go. Yep. And William?
Dreadful.
Dreadful. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I see dreadful monsters. Yes, over by protecting sharks. Are there any other ones you have found? Hank?
Terror.
Terror would be one. Do you see, can you help me find it? I'm having a hard time finding it. I know that that's one of the answers. I just am having a hard time. Hank, where is that? You're on mute, Hank. Do you know where I could find that? Sorry.
It's on the bottom of the first paragraph. Most people swim away in terror.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, there we go. Any other ones that I could add? Very good. Charlotte.
I found one on protecting sharks. There's one there's right next to Williams Dreadful Monsters.
Uh-huh.
Monsters.
Monsters would not be the adjective. That is more of the noun, okay? I would also take fearsome. Fearsome, I saw it earlier. Where did I see that? Oop. In the second paragraph, in the first section, fearsome creature. That one would also work. And formidable also means fear, okay? In this case. So you only have to tell me 3. Our next part that we are going to highlight is you are going to find and write down the idiom in the article that means doing something without worrying about risk. When we read this article, there was a phrase that means to do something without worrying about the risk, and it's called an idiom. An idiom. Which phrase is Mrs. Pierce looking for? It means to not worry, even though maybe you should be worried. Kira.
Throwing caution to the wind.
Yes, throwing caution to the wind. I don't want that one. Throwing caution to the wind is an idiom that means doing something without worrying about risk. Doing something without worrying about risk. And then we're not going to highlight this next part, but according to the article, why are sharks hunted? Why are sharks hunted according to the article? Hank, why are sharks hunted?
For their fins, they can make
For
fin
their-
soup.
Yes, for their fins, for the shark fin soup. That is the reason they give in the article. While there might be other reasons that sharks are hunted, this is the one that they give in the article. And then finally, one of the last questions you're going to be asked is, it says the article says all of us on Earth are connected. If something happens to one species, it can trigger a chain reaction that affects others. What is meant, I should say, I'm sorry, by a chain reaction? What does the article say is a chain reaction? Eliza.
The chain reaction is is something that, like, chain reaction is where something happens and something else bad or good happens.
Yeah, so something happens and then something else really
yes.
bad would happen. So in the article, they're talking about if great whites were to disappear, the number of seals would then skyrocket. Why is that bad? Because there's a food chain out in the wild. And great whites are the ones that eat seals. If the seals are, if the great whites are gone, there's going to be too many seals out in the ocean. And I know while they are cute, they eat all of the fish, and then the fish would then die off faster than they normally would. So a whole chain reaction would occur if our shark were to disappear or become extinct. So I've gone over all of the questions that you will find in your Google form. Hopefully you highlighted the things that I talked about. This, of course, is being recorded. So if you don't feel comfortable knowing everything that we've highlighted, everything that we've talked about, please wait to do the form until I post the video later this morning. But if you are ready, when you are independently working, this is going to be found under Don't Pet This Shark questions. It is a Google form, and I have literally gone over every question, and you have highlighted almost all of the answers, except for the ones that we talked about that we did not highlight. But in the article, I asked you to find 3 verbs that mean protect. Look to see your highlighted section. Find 3 adjectives that mean causing fear. We highlighted that. Find and write down the 1 idiom in the article that means doing something without worrying about risk. According to the article, why are sharks hunted? And then finally, the article says all of us on Earth are connected. If something happens to one species, it can trigger a chain reaction that affects others. What is a chain reaction? I almost said train. I'm going to pause on this really quick. You are also going to, it says quarter 2 reflection writing. Let me read view assignment. Friday letter to Mrs. Pierce. Write a letter to Mrs. Pierce reflecting on the positives and negatives of online learning. In order to write this, please use the outline you created on Wednesday and Thursday. Be sure to write for each paragraph a topic sentence, 3 reasons with explanations, and a concluding sentence. That is a minimum of 10 sentences for the letter. Remember to include the following: Dear Mrs. Pierce, capital letters and punctuation, and a sign off with your name. And I am looking and there is no document attached. So if you would, give me a second and I will update the assignment. So if you would, go ahead and work on that. Okie dokie. So this is where you're gonna write. Feel free, after you're done with the assignment, if you want to erase this upper portion where the directions are given, you can. But what you're going to do, again, writing a letter to me with the negatives and positives of online learning. If you want to flip-flop and put the negatives first and then the positives, I'm okay with that. But they are 2 separate paragraphs. Paragraphs include indents. Paragraphs have 5 sentences per paragraph for this assignment. Topic sentence, 3 reasons, which are separate sentences, and a concluding sentence. If you did your reflection writing outline and you tried your best to have a separate paragraph for each one, you will have 5 sentences per paragraph, coming up with 10 sentences, okay? Any questions about your reflection writing that is in the format of a Friday letter? Okie doke. So, at this time,